You know what's mind-blowing? Ancient Indian medicine figured out personality types thousands of years ago, and modern science is just catching up to how our body chemistry affects everything from digestion to decision-making.
That's fascinating. How exactly does this ancient system work in our modern context?
Well, it's all about these three energy types called doshas. But today, I'm really excited to talk about Pitta dosha. Think of it as your internal thermostat. It's this fascinating combination of fire and water elements that governs everything from metabolism to mental sharpness.
Hmm. So, how can someone tell if they're dominated by this Pitta energy?
Picture that person in your office who's always warm when everyone else is cold, super sharp and analytical, probably has intense eyes, and, here's the interesting part, might be graying early despite their age. That's your classic Pitta type.
Oh my goodness, you literally just described my sister. She's always complaining about the office being too hot. But what happens when this internal fire gets out of control?
When Pitta goes into overdrive, it's like a computer overheating. You start seeing things like acid reflux, skin inflammation, and what I call the type A meltdown syndrome. Studies show that about 30% of people have this Pitta dominant constitution.
So, what's the solution? There must be ways to keep all that fire in check.
This is where Ayurveda gets super practical. For instance, research shows that cooling herbs like amla can reduce inflammation by up to 40%. Even simple things like eating at the right time make a huge difference. The body's digestive fire peaks between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
Wow! I did not know that. Tell me more about these practical solutions. What kind of specific changes can make the biggest impact?
Here's something fascinating. Studies have found that Pitta types who incorporate cooling foods like cucumbers and melons show a 35% reduction in inflammatory markers within just 2 weeks.
That's incredible that something as simple as food choices can have such a measurable impact. What about exercise?
You know what's really cool? Research shows that Pitta types who switch from high-intensity workouts to moderate activities like swimming see a 45% reduction in stress hormones. It's all about finding that sweet spot between staying active and not overheating the system.
How does this knowledge translate to managing stress in our modern work environment? Do PETA dominant individuals are more likely to experience burnout?
Well, here's a surprising stat. Pitta dominant individuals are 60% more likely to experience burnout if they don't have proper cooling practices in place. But when they implement simple breathing exercises based on yoga and Ayurvedic principles, their cortisol levels can drop by up to 25% in just 10 minutes.
Those are some compelling numbers. What about seasonal changes? Do they affect PETA types differently?
Oh, absolutely. Studies show that Pitta imbalances spike by about 40% during summer months. That's why traditional Ayurvedic texts recommend adjusting your routine seasonally. For instance, practicing meditation during the cooler morning hours can improve mental clarity by up to 30%.
Looking at all this evidence, let's recap most crucial takeaways for someone who identifies with these PETA characteristics. The data really points to three key strategies. First, timing your activities with your body's natural rhythms can improve efficiency by up to 40%. Second, incorporating cooling practices reduces inflammation markers by about 35%. And finally, this is crucial, regular stress management can prevent up to 70% of PITA-related health issues. Those are some powerful insights that could really change how people approach their daily routines.
Exactly. And what's really remarkable is how this ancient wisdom aligns with modern research. When we look at the studies on chronobiology and stress management, they're essentially validating what Ayurveda has been teaching for thousands of years. It's not just about managing symptoms. It's about understanding and working with your natural constitution for optimal performance. If you liked today's session and want to learn more about longevity Ayurveda, do check out our other podcasts and educational content at our website, ayurvedic.com, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Till we meet next time, stay healthy, stay well, and live your best life.